Oh shoot! I'll be back.
Like, why do I try, dude? Every time everything's gonna start happening, it's just, oh, I gotta do something. You know, nobody's really down for you. Nobody's really wanting to be around you. It's always something happening, and you're just always the little side piece of everybody's life. You know. Never really got cared for the way I want to be cared for in a healthy way. I guess there's no way for me to truly become that. It's like achieving happiness. It's a nice thought, but, you know, it doesn't exist. Okay. Alright, well. Yep. Alright, here we go. Yeah, I think just for this one. Gameplay. Oh, there it is. I can't read, can I? There you go.
Hey Trico, I have some bad news. Put on the left. Yeah, well, we'll see. Do you have work today?
No.
Alright, I'll see you later. Okay?
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Well, there goes Dayron. Then I'm left with nothing but the noise and the silence. Nothing but me and this cheesy upbeat music. I guess the more appropriate word would be repetitive. But, I don't know. I stumble too much with my words, and I don't think anybody really cares about my opinion now, do they? Left but nothing but the noise. Nothing but the noise. As I fit piece after piece, mindlessly going away. My life is slowly sipping into dust. And all I can do with my being is put pieces together of a pointless puzzle. This melancholy never fades, never goes away. I've tried multiple times of readdressing it as just life and just moving on, but I don't know. I guess this is truly Trico post Dayron, when there's nothing left. No joy, no laughter. Just regret. Regret that I can never truly appreciate Dayron for what he gives me. And a reason to keep going. You know. we only really have each other. Humans, we're social creatures in a way. And without each other, it's like as if meaning has gone away. And we're alone in the world with nothing but ourselves. And it's paralyzing. I keep saying these things as if somebody's gonna listen, but I have no credentials, no nothing, no knowledge, never went to college, never went to school, beyond high school in this modern age. And, here I am, alone, like every other day. This loneliness never ends. It's just over and over and over. Pretty sure the music changes once you eventually get to a certain point, but I keep trying to tell myself there's something out there for me. Something more than just endless Dayron over and over and over and over. That's all my life is. This is what I dissolved into over time. This is what my potential became. Nothing but Dayron. And I feel pathetic. I feel so belittled. There's so many voices and noise out there. The hyper-reality has dominated so many avenues. It's as if you can't truly be authentic anymore. There's no real self. This world, I feel, has somewhat been drenched in nihilism, and ignoring it just seems childish at this point. I feel like there's no real solid grasp that I can make on anything. Yeah, I can try doing this, that, and the third, do this, that, and the third, read this, read that. But ultimately, we only have one another, right? I guess in a sense what I'm getting at is it's truly to the power of the individual what they do and where life leads them. You can enrich so many people's lives just by being yourself and being open to figure out what's going on with people, And if nobody truly wants to know what's going on with you, then you're truly alone. You live an inconsequential life. Because nobody will care about you, nobody will care for you. You could die the next minute, and nobody would bat an eye. And that's what it's starting to feel like sometimes in my shoes. This position, it has its plus sides, and inconsequential lifestyle really gives you a lot of freedoms to do things willy-nilly without responsibility, but eventually you learn that through responsibility gives you meaning. It's like I gotta do this, that, and the third, because if I don't, then this happens. And if you're living in an inconsequential world, then it's like, what's the point of doing this and the third? Because nothing's going to change. Nothing really ever changes, well then, what's the point of anything? And then you start to fall into nihilism, and you just start to go down an endless spiral of nonsense that, that feels hollow, seems hollow, and probably is hollow. But, you know, you gotta keep on powering on. I don't know. It's strange. Here all alone post Dayron. And, you know, this is what I become. You know, I spend all my time with Dayron, it seems, just yelling at him. But, truthfully, Dayron gives me a reason to keep going when nobody else does. You know, I'm just trying to learn how to take everything one moment at a time. I'm trying to mature, but I've lived in this inconsequential moment in time. It feels forever. So seeing anything beyond this is rather difficult. I feel like I'm overusing the word inconsequential. I don't know. What truly qualifies somebody to speak upon something? I'm starting to wonder. I guess this is truly a question I'm posing for myself. Because like I said, I don't have any strong belief that anybody actually listens. But, you know. And I really want to know when my life will end. When I can finally put everything aside and just slowly watch me cruise out. Because, you know, it's just, everything just feels so lifeless. I don't know. So, there was this show that came out called MILF Manor, and, you know, I truly think that, you know, we're getting desensitized to so many things, you know, we're not even realizing it at this point, or at least trying to care. You know, maybe I'm just overcritical and losing myself and, you know, getting drenched in the hyper reality of this world, but I truly feel as if there is no self, no conscious of the masses. There's nothing there anymore. Just a massive blob of, you know, people believing vague things online that nobody had the time to double check, you know. And it's like, yeah, life is it's an ever-fading thing. We all just are gonna fade into the sand eventually, right? So I don't have time to double check, but, you know, if you're going to start a whole riot and cause the world to shake and crumble at your feet, at least, you know, do some research of what you're backing up. You know, I don't really like to talk about guns and how much I be shooting people and violence and how many violent things I do, because I don't really do that many violent things. Nothing really violent ever happens to me. Like, my daily struggle is just talking to people and being social. That's why I say it's only me and Dayron, because in my life that's truly it. Just me and Dayron. And, you know, everybody has their struggle in life. Everybody has their weak point, I believe, you know, that they have to work on to solve. And, you know, you can do things to screw it up and build more if you want to, or you can continuously work at it to be seen as successful in a sense. And, you know, truthfully, I feel like people who are honestly, like, you know, people I look up to at least, they realized, you know, they mostly fit in this category in my head. They realized where their weakness lies, and, you know, they gone and seeked in for improvement and really became a better person. And no, you know, they no longer really suffer from that weakness to a severe degree, at least. And, you know, people who can, like, just live their lives casually without having to start the world on fire and have drama endlessly. And, you know, like, we're all human. We all have spills here and there, but, you know, those who can really manage it so where it's not dominating their life, you know, I see that as truly honorable. Not always having to be the star, you know. But what do I know? What do I know? Oh man, this is gonna be painful. Yeah, I don't like this life too much. You know, the times I live in, they're very, very comfortable. You know, and what people say from what is going on in the past, you know, a couple hundred years, you know, this is one of the most comfortable times to be existing. And I feel very fortunate to be around for this brief moment. But, you know, I feel like the human condition really evolved through constant pains and struggles. And, you know, the music changed. And, you know, I don't know if the human condition was built for comfort. You know what I mean? I think this song is annoying. Alright, but anywho, yeah, you're banned, kid. But, you know, I think that, for real, you know, the machines, you know, I do believe they're gonna outperform us one day. And when that day hits, you know, and we become a subservient species, if you will, you know, what will we think? You know, what will be going on within our thoughts? You know what I mean? I don't know. I think that the days are getting shorter for me. Days are getting shorter. Moments are getting shorter. Everything's getting so much shorter. My life is slowly wisping away, it feels, at times, and I have no means of stopping it. I feel like I'm doing this graceful dance to death, and I'm trying my best to grow along the way, but we all know how it ends. And I just hope that, you know, I feel like hopefully this is most people's thought pattern, you know. I hope I brought more positivity to this world than I did negativity. you know, I hope I make Dayron happy, you know. I want people around me to be happy, but I don't know, man. Like, I didn't have the patience to wait to do that stupid 30 minutes. This is the last 30 minutes of the whole Dayron thingy. And I'm too impatient to wait for him. Like, it's like we started this, we were just going, we were ripping through it. And now the longer and longer we went through it, the rarer and rarer it would be for us to do anything. And it sucked, you know. So this is the last like 30 minutes, and you know, whoop-de-woo, you know, what are you gonna do? How do you say, you know, either which way, it's just like a collection of thoughts, you know, just shoved up into the hyper reality. And, you know, whether I get heard in the infinite echoes of this simulation, it feels, you know, that's gonna have to be tested through the waves of time. Or maybe my echoes will be muffled out and deleted eventually, you know. Either which way, you know, I just don't want to spread anything bad. So, yeah, currently in my life, where I stand is, you know, I'm trying my hardest to get a girlfriend, but, you know, that's always I would say a duality type of thing. You know, it takes two to tango, as some people say, and, you know, whether you believe it or not, I really dislike hearing no and stop continuously. Like, it's a pet peeve of mine to just, you know, whenever somebody just tells me to stop, I just stop whatever I'm doing. But, like, you know, I really want to get there. You know, because that's my weakness in life. I've been alone so long. You know, I've seen the eternal recurrence. I have. And it's soul crushing. It makes you utterly miserable. You know, almost drive me to suicide, and you know, I'm glad I'm still here. You know, I'm glad I'm still around. Because, you know, then I wouldn't have any hopes and dreams, you know? How do you say, when you go down the road of suicide, yeah, you know, your vision is kind of blurred to where you think only all the negative will be gone. And granted, it will. No more negative. Good for you, champ, but so is all the positive, you know? And what really pulled me away from it all was I kept on envisioning my parents, you know, people that love me and care for me, crying at my funeral, and then crying for the rest of their lives, thinking about what they could have done to save me. And I'm not that selfish to dominate their thoughts in that sort of manner. That's incredibly selfish. To just constantly be smothered in their head when I'm gone, when they have no means of stopping it. That's torture. It's torture until they're dead. You know, and who am I to put that upon somebody? But, you know, yeah, I miss Dayron. You know, I miss having genuine human connections and all that. You know, how do you say, you know, my best friend, he's going to move soon. And, you know, once he's gone, I'm going to have to start from zero. I'll have no connections, nobody to talk to, nobody to lean on, nobody to, you know, hug, to feel that I'm okay and valued. You know, there's something about human touch. You know, somebody did a study somewhere and they, you know, showed that rats die if they don't get, like, touch, you know. There's something about human touch, you know, the same species and everything. I truly think that getting human touch is something healthy, and without it, you're doing something vastly unhealthy. And you need to figure out a way to make it stop immediately. And, you know, whether you're like hugging a bro, you know, hugging a friend or whatever, you know, same gender and all that, you know, I think we all need touch once in a while to remain healthy and sane. I've started to realize that, yeah, social interactions, you know, I see in a video, they were like, social interactions, you know, they give you constant sanity, if you will, or at least a level of it. And, you know, I don't want to lose the sanity that I have due to loneliness. That sounds like an utterly miserable reality. And I will try my hardest to avoid such a circumstance. But, you know, I would be truly fortunate to never be put in any of that type of situation. You know, that's like a nightmare world in its own. Can't even, you know, hug anybody. It's as if they're just there, but they're not. Everybody's a hollow mask of what they truly look like, and you can't trust, you can't know anybody, you can't do anything. Can't even hug anybody at that point. You're just alone in your own body. That sounds like some type of nightmare bizarro world to me. So I'll try my hardest to not fall into that category. But at the same time, it's always a duality type of prospect. How you act, you know, dictates how people view you, and, you know, people see you as strange, I think, based on their past social interactions. Do the people they're around normally do this? Is this what they expect, what normally happens? Or does something bad happen, you know, when people normally act this way? Is this a weird type of action, you know? There's a lot of things that go into it, you know, and I think ultimately, you know, as long as you read the obvious road signs along the way, I think you'll eventually make it out. And who am I referring to is clearly myself. But, you know, I guess referring to myself in the first person damages my ego in a way. And, you know, I truly don't want to be that vulnerable. But why is that? Maybe vulnerability is, you know, not that much of a weakness, but, you know, a strength that people can show after a while, after learning how to comfortably balance it all. You know, I'm truly trying my best to reach my goal. But, you know, I don't know, I keep telling myself it takes time, but I watch others and compare myself to others, and, you know, I truly don't think that that I can be like them exactly. You know, I feel as if they had their whole life to get this down, and I've been acting like a fool. I guess I had my whole life too, but like I said, I've been acting like a fool. So I landed in a space where this part of my life is difficult. And, it sort of makes you feel miserable, It's not like you suck financially like most people, You suck at something that everybody else makes look easy. Being social, But I do think there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and I do think I can improve. I am confident in my abilities to grow beyond just being stuck with Dayron eternally. I believe I can do better, and I can be better. So I will put my heart and soul into this challenge to get a girlfriend. I'll put everything I can into it. I'm gonna get it or die trying. I think ultimately that's the way I like to live. But the only thing I truly fear when it comes to this type of challenge is constantly being remembered that this is a two-way street, Matt. This is a two-way street. This is not something you can completely dictate yourself. That's the part that really gets me. Because, having that control over the circumstances, having that control over what happens 100% of the time, that's truly what makes me comfortable, in a sense, because that's normally how things are for me. So being where I am, where I don't have all the control, and I can't dictate everything, that loss of power scares me. But alas, we all have to face our fears and move on. It's not like you can sit in the bird's nest forever, right? So, how do you say, there's only so much I can do, so much I can try. The E-Man, I'm gonna call him the E-Man, he once told me that, you gotta learn how to accept that there's some things that are gonna be out of your control, and to be comfortable with it. That's something people need to learn how to be comfortable with. And I truly believe that is the case. I think, me and the E-Man, we function on very different philosophies. How do you say? He functions more on a, more of a somewhat karma is based into it, but I don't think karma is the right word. I don't know, the E-Man's philosophy is far different. Mine is just simply, I guess if you try, I don't really know. I feel like there's a generalization, a fancy generalization I can give myself for it, but I don't know what the word is. I don't know. Maybe this hyper-reality has made me clueless to everything and nothing. There's so many things, so many empty voices. This hall of mirrors of a life truly terrifies me. And, makes me feel amazed at the same time. I think the potential of what this world could be is so endless. It scares me. I don't know. This is Trico's thoughts post Dayron. And, I miss him. I miss that idiotic buffoon. How do you say, man's just a kid. And, one day he'll grow up and You know, he'll become his own man. He'll have to, if he doesn't want to be an endless basement dweller. So, do I have faith in Dayron, you know, achieving his dreams? Some of them, yeah. Some other ones, you know, he's clearly just joking around for the most part. But I think the only thing I can say to truly insult Dayron is, I guess, not to take everything so seriously. Man is... yeah, he's as dramatic as I am, and I can be pretty dramatic. You know? I can be pretty dramatic and overreact and, you know, lose my penis on the ground and yada yada yada. But I truly do think Dayron can achieve anything. Dayron can do what I can. And, you know, I hope the best for him. Truly do. But we all live different lives. We're all in different bodies, if you will. We all start the race differently. But we're all on the race, right? So, you know. Justice for Dayron. Justice for Dayron. Ah, okay, there goes my, oh man, I'm playing Tetris, baby. Alright. That's not good. Yeah, so, why do I have to get a girlfriend? I'll answer that one. So basically, what has happened is, my best friend in the world, Michael, he's having this wedding, and, you know, he's known me since high school, so he knows exactly what avenues and things I struggle at the most. And he was like, all right, Trico, if you want to be the best man at the wedding, you must get a girlfriend by the time you're 21. And, well, this is where we are now. I'm 20. I'd say I have 7 months left. And, you know, I think I can get there if I try. You know, I already said my piece on all of that. But, you know, I'm gonna get it or die trying. Those are the only two options. You know? If I go up to him, you know, when I'm 21, no girlfriend, no nothing, he's gonna look at me, call me a bitch, and he's never gonna probably talk to me again. And that terrifies me. Because then I'll truly have nobody. I'll have nobody. And, you know, beyond that, what are my choices in life? Just live like a quiet NEET or a hermit. Work my job and go home every single day until I'm dead. Alone. You know, how do you say, that's not the way of life I want to live. So, to go down the avenue I want to go down, I have to get a girlfriend. So, it's either I get the girlfriend, or I die trying. You know. I truly think I worked my best under pressure, and he started the pot, and, well, now I have to get out. The visuals of this game is stunning and beautiful. feel like I don't have to say that. You know, based on where this channel is being directed at the current moment in time, you probably already know whether I got a girlfriend or not. You know? So, how do you say, how fortunate for you, you time-traveling little deviant. But as for me right now, you know, all I can do is be confident in myself and what I can do, and ultimately change my behavior to be more attractive to people at large, not just the opposite gender. How do you say? I feel as if there's so many small nuances, so many things that goes into social interactions that nobody really gets at. So there's no real handbook. So it's hard to even start, you know, becoming more versed in social things. But I'm pretty sure this is the key to social things, in what I think. If you listen to the small keys, watch for body signs, language, you know, listen to people, you know, and then you take their advice on how to improve and how to be a better person. I think one could get there. I believe one could get there. So, you know, I'm going to try by this principle to become better. And, you know, feel as if I'm talking in circles. There's not much left on my mind, so the mind tends to repeat the same thing but in different wording, just so then, you know, it doesn't end up, you know, saying nothing. I feel like that's where my mind is at this point, and, you know, I'm waiting slowly for this game to end, but I'm so bad at Tetris, it's just painful. I don't know. I only download this game just so then I could do this exact thing that I'm doing right now. That's the only reason why I have this game. I swear, once the internet goes away and like we enter some great dark age of like of endless blind torment, you know, once we reach that point in life, maybe then I'll say there's no point in trying. And I think I'll be right. But I think in modern times there's still hope. There's still positivity. There's still a chance. And, you know, no matter what anybody says, you know, we can go forward. We can become better. Who knows? Maybe we're in the dark age already and I'm already just ignorantly blind to everything, so I'm just going willy-nilly into stuff. But no, I truly believe that my dreams can become more than just vague images that I see in my sleep. Vague imaginations that have no physical bearings. I believe I can manifest my own reality if I try hard enough. How do you say? Only time will tell whether my theories and my predictions and my attempts and my tries and my efforts, you know, only then time will tell if any of it was worth it. But as it stands right now, I sit and I sit, nothing but Dayron. Dayron after day after day. It's been like that for years now. Oh, I hate it. You know, this game, every mistake you pay for it. Or don't you? Yeah. What am I doing? This has been Trico291 post Dayron, baby. I'm losing all my friends, all my connections, starting from scratch. Zero. Nothing. Hopefully I can take all the lessons I've learned throughout my life and apply it, become a better person. Not for myself, but for the betterment of humanity. You know? How do you say? Enrich other people's lives and build them up into something better. That's what I think everybody should try to do with each other. Try to help each other become better people. But, you know, I'm just 20. What do I know? What do I know ultimately? I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna miss it all. Oh, how the joyful sands move in the dust. You know, when the tree falls in the forest, does anybody hear it?